I guess spoken news for me can be a couple of things. One would be an in-person exchange, so that somebody, talking, exchanging ideas, that sort of thing. And I guess the other thing that comes to mind is also things like news on TV or radio, coming to you through the local news channel or whatever.
A news anchor sitting behind a desk, reading off a teleprompter, what's going on currently, all the breaking news. Basically, you're watching TV.
Because with social media, the accuracy of things get distorted constantly, which means that what people tell other people is a lot of the time things that they find on social media, which means that that's how it's degraded it, and that's also how it's changed it for the worse.
I think it's killed it, to be honest. With social media being used as much as it is now, spoken news is becoming more and more killed off, because you have a lot of people drawing battle lines in sands where battle lines should not be drawn.
Well, it certainly makes that distance a lot closer. So, social media has really changed that idea of the same geographic location more prominently than any other part of that definition. It's changed it, perhaps broadened it to mean personal contact. So us video chatting is personal contact rather than you sitting in my living room.
Well, 50 years ago, you got it on the radio like every hour, every 2 hours, or supper time is 6 or midnight or whatever. But nowadays, you get it instantly. You get it. You turn your Facebook on and see it instantly. It makes it more accessible, and people that get instant news are able to sit down amongst themselves and discuss things almost instantly, because that's how quick it gets on the internet and stuff.
Big changes. So 50 years ago, the only way you would have to give somebody a message would be pretty much face-to-face, or if you were looking at something electronically, the closest you would have would be a telephone. Now, you can get social events, social news. You can get it in so many other ways. However, there are certain things I think still need to have that face-to-face contact. So we have a lot more news at our fingertips more instantaneously. However, some of it I think is delivered a bit more impersonally.
Any kind of news you want is right at your fingertips. You could search Twitter or Facebook for whatever kind of content you want, and you'll find it. Now with that, you also have the advent of the fake news, all these hoaxes and things. It's kind of a draw whether you're going to get good factual news or whether you're going to get something fake that you have to suss out later. I received news 3 days before my wedding that a man who had been close enough to me to be considered a father figure had just killed himself. And my uncle came to the house and told me, and he had found him, and it just kind of shattered me for a while. I think I would have been more upset, because that's something that I feel should be said in person.
I guess for me, one of the happiest things would be, being told that I was pregnant and going to give birth to a child. It elicits all kinds of emotional things. You're then hearing the message, usually straightforward from medical personnel, but I think it had an additional warmth to it because it was delivered by an actual person. Yeah, I think there are certain things that, just person to person is the best way to receive that news.